Hello and welcome back to the Pixel Street Podcast. This is episode 227 of the show. As always, I'm one of your hosts, Joel Campos, and joining me is the man who is now writing for a brand new website called GameSandwich.com, John Hansen.
Yeah, not just any website, it's one that I helped make. So that's pretty cool. That's exciting. I'm very tired for one, but also just it's so cool to it's been exactly a month ago today that me and all these guys that I'm working with to make this website, we got laid off. We just kind of all banded together and we're like, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to make our own website. We're in the
You love to
process
see it.
we're in the process of making it an official business and everything. So it's very exciting times. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's cool. GameSandwich.com. Go check it out. John has been tweeting about it today, so you can go find the link for it there. Did you tweet it from the Pixel Street account too? Did you retweet it or anything?
Yes, I retweeted it. Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, go check out GameSandwich.com. They also have their own Discord you can join. So,
Mhm.
oh, fucking, I
Yeah,
just
we
burped so bad.
obviously right now we're just focusing on the writing and stuff, but as we go forward, we've got some cool things in the works. In May we have something that I'm very excited to get going. Yeah, we've got ideas. It's gonna be fun.
Cool. Yeah, I'm sure John will be talking about it in the coming weeks and months. So super exciting. That's awesome. Um, but in terms of Pixel Street, you can follow us on Twitter at Pixel Street. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Pixel Street Videos. That's where we post all of our podcasts, unboxings, let's plays, you name it. Everything we post goes on YouTube, more or less. You can also join our Discord channel. There's an invite link in our pinned tweet on Twitter. That's where we post kind of the day to day stuff, right? Like if there's a cool news thing that happens, that's typically where we talk about it first with people, just to kind of get like initial reactions to things. So yeah, join the Discord if you're trying to play some games with us, or you know, if you need help with anything in the game, hit us up there too.
Yeah, for sure.
Pick me and John. Me and John are always down to like if you're trying to get an achievement in a game or something, literally just hit us up. I'm sure somebody
We're
would be
always
down.
down the clown.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
Speaking of achievements, I still need to go back and get some grounded ones.
Same. I mean, we got that save. Remember where you just
Mm, you got it. I don't
loops
have it.
loops had found a save. Wait, I gave it to you though, didn't I?
Nope.
Oh, I never did. I thought I did.
Nope.
But loops had given me a save where it's just like a world that somebody had made, and I guess you can just share it with people by joining them, and then they have it, right? And when you launch the game, it just like popped not every achievement, but
But most of them.
most, like 90% of them popped. So
Some really
that
hard
was cool.
ones. Yeah.
I just got an achievement. So I was on the Respawn Aim Fire last night. It's a podcast, but they were doing Rafferty, which was like Jeopardy but for gaming. Um, and I had like 40 minutes to kill before doing that, and I was like, okay, what's installed on my computer? And I tried installing Minecraft Legends to start that, but it was going super slow. Um, but I ended up playing Back for Blood because for some reason that's still installed on my
Yeah.
computer. And I did a run, I think 2 missions with some randos, and I popped an achievement in that, which I thought was weird because like I thought for sure I would have gotten it. It was like for killing a certain type of enemy. I don't know. I don't know exactly what it was, but
It might have
yeah,
been one of those that has a special situation with it, like kill this enemy when they are doing X.
it was like kill every type of this kind of enemy.
Oh,
So I don't know.
yeah. Then I don't.
Weird.
Something you
Uh,
haven't killed yet.
but anyway, let's just get right into it, John. Main topics of the show: we have a new Harry Potter game announced. Xbox is working on a super long game, I guess, game development. Who knows?
Yeah.
And Bethesda stuff. So let's start with Harry Potter, John. Harry
Dude.
Potter. So Hogwarts Legacy came out, and the big thing leading up to the game is everybody's talking about why have we not seen Quidditch? Like,
We
why are they
talked
not
about
showing
this.
Quidditch? Yeah, we did, but I know,
We're like, man, this is the one thing missing.
but
We were
everybody
saying like
was saying it. It wasn't just us, John.
it was only us. We're the only
No,
voice
it
that
was not.
matters in this department.
It was not just us. But
We
yeah,
are the ones that made them decide to make a Quidditch
oh yeah, exactly.
game.
But I guess now we know why there was no Quidditch in the game. I mean, I'm sure there are many reasons why it wasn't in the game, right? Like that's probably a lot of work. Like as you can see, it's now gonna be its own game.
Mhm.
Like that's how much work it would have taken them to put it into Hogwarts Legacy. And Hogwarts Legacy being, such like I don't know, like a good RPG, um, having a half-assed Hogwarts game in there would just make fans mad, I think, as opposed to just removing it entirely. Because
Well,
like if they put it in and it wasn't great, people would be mad. You know what I mean? Because like
I
that's
bet
not the main aspect of Hogwarts Legacy.
I bet anything that early on in development they were definitely working on Quidditch because it just makes too much sense for them not to. But I bet at some point someone from WB Games was like, you know what? No, let's just make this its own game. Let's do this. So they went out. This is a different team working on it. This isn't Avalanche who made Hogwarts Legacy. Let me crap. I can't remember what their name is. It's like oh, 1 second. I'll pull it up here really quick. Unbroken Studios is their name. Um, yeah, they're working on Quidditch Champions and Sui. Oh, they're helping out Rocksteady with Suicide Squad. So yeah, that makes sense. They're a WB studio. I don't know what else they have made though. But yeah,
Um, but yeah, it's probably gonna be fun. It doesn't look like it's gonna be like a $60 game or anything. I wouldn't
I would hope
imagine
not.
so. Um, I I think this game would probably have to come in around $40 for it to make sense. It has like a cartoony art style to it, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Um, I'm watching a video where somebody like put in like the old Quidditch game from GameCube gameplay footage with the new announcement.
Yeah, because they didn't like really show off anything for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did announce that you can sign up for play tests right now. I signed up for it, but who knows if what the criteria is to get in on that. But I hope I get it. I want a Quidditch game, and I want a good Quidditch game. So hopefully, it seems that the team since I started following them after the announcement, they just keep posting all this like Harry Potter memorabilia they've been hiding around in their office. They're like, "Hey, now since we announced it, we can actually show you all this Harry Potter stuff." There's like a doormat and like the Phoenix stand or something. I'm like, "All right." So yeah, it seems like they're dedicated to it, and that's a good thing.
Yeah. John, I see you have in here a question that says, "What do you want from this game?" I mean,
Yeah,
like, what do I want Quidditch. I want like customizable broomsticks. I want to be able to fully
okay.
customize my broom with like different stats too,
Would
right?
you
Like
since it's called Harry Potter Quidditch, not like Hogwarts Quidditch or something, this is obviously set during Harry Potter's time. How disappointed are you going to be if this ends up just being a single player game where you play as only Harry and you can't play other people?
I don't think that would be the case because they showed somebody else in the reveal,
Did they?
right?
Okay,
They showed a woman. Um,
gotcha.
so I would imagine, dude. I don't know. That's a good question. Like, are they gonna have preset teams where it's like all four houses during the Harry Potter times, right? Like with all the characters we know and love that played Quidditch.
Hmm.
Like do they do that? Do they make it so you can like create a my player, right? And kind of do like a career in a way where you
Yeah.
join a team and play Quidditch, I guess.
Will there
Do you
be
think
a like season
is there
mode where you can like go through the entire season,
John,
like get the house cup and keep
John,
going?
picture this. Picture this,
Mm.
all right? Quidditch Ultimate Team.
It's on the table.
different different cards. Me and John, we're gonna be hosting an online
Uh,
franchise, a Quidditch online franchise.
yeah.
I know. I
No.
honestly think it's just gonna be a simple thing where like there's four
I,
teams for the houses. Maybe like in DLC or something they add some like retro teams that like reference, some of the other movies. Like
Mhm.
or or like some other like I don't know, because like we know Harry's dad was
A
played
secret.
Quidditch, right? So like maybe they have his team in the game as DLC or something, as free DLC.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I don't know. Like I want to be able to create my own character for sure, and like have some sort of career mode, whether it's like just something basic where I create a character and throw him on the team I'm playing as,
It would also
or
be
if
really
it's
cool if they figured out a way to just, like, transfer your Hogwarts Legacy character over. Be like, "Yeah, yeah, he's in the game. Look at him."
to be fair
Um,
though, like the art style is kind of different,
yeah.
right?
Oh, no. I know you would definitely have to, like, adjust it a bit, but regardless, I mean, there's a lot of ways they could go with this. I'm kind of with you. I think it's going to be a little on the more underfunded side. I don't think this is something that's going to take nearly as long as Hogwarts Legacy did, and I don't think it's going to be something that's, I don't know, a tenth of as expansive. Um, yeah, this
For
really
me,
couldn't.
I think the main things I need are just like just make it a fun Quidditch game. Like just fun to play I'm not expecting it to be like MLB The Show where I play dozens of hours, right?
Mhm.
I want something that I can get in and get out, that where a game of Quidditch doesn't take like 40 minutes, right?
Yeah,
If a game of Quidditch is like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, I feel like that's a good length. The other thing I want is online multiplayer of some form.
yeah,
Like those are the only two major things that I would want to see in this game.
yeah. Online multiplayer, man. It's got to be in there, right? It's got to be because it's just
You
I don't.
never know.
Yeah, I'll be very disappointed if it's not. I'm still gonna play it regardless because I've been waiting forever for this. But it's so cool to finally be at a time where we're like excited for Harry Potter games. Like it's I don't know.
I'll tell you what, John, not everybody's excited for Harry Potter games.
Oh, I know,
And
but
they will let you know about it.
they will let you know.
To each their own.
Yes.
Moving on, this is probably our biggest topic of the week. Xbox is working on a sequel to a game that we don't know about, or like that we don't know what the sequel is to, that could take a decade to develop.
Yeah.
This is the most ridiculous like news.
Here I will read off what they said. So this is all within the let's see. The information comes from an amended complaint in a lawsuit against Microsoft's proposed deal to acquire Activision Blizzard. So what this is all attached to like the Activision Blizzard buyout thing. Of course, there's a lot of redacted stuff in here. This is what it says. Halo Infinite, a recent title from Microsoft's first party Halo franchise, was in production, redacted, and cost almost redacted million to develop and bring to market. Other AAA games take even longer to develop. For instance, according to one Microsoft executive, Redacted, a forthcoming title from the Redacted franchise, may take a decade to develop. What game could they possibly be talking about here?
Dude, no idea. Like a sequel to a game, like it could be
So it says
anything.
it's an established game series. My first thought is the Elder Scrolls because that makes sense, but they're specifically saying Microsoft and not Bethesda. Like I know that Microsoft owns Bethesda now, but the way they always handle that messaging is the Bethesda games have the Bethesda name on it. They're not
But
really throwing out
but
this is an Xbox game.
but they also could just be doing that so that you're not guessing, right? Constantly like, "Oh, like
That's true.
elder like that way they're trying to make it as like generic sounding as possible so
Mhm.
that people don't pinpoint exactly what it is. You know what I
That
mean?
is true. Yeah.
Because if they said Bethesda, right, you got a fair point. It could be a Fallout game. It could be an Elder Scrolls game. You know what I mean? But just saying Microsoft, that umbrella is so huge now to where it could be like dozens of games at this point.
Yeah. If anything, I really hope it's not Halo. If the next Halo takes a decade to come out, that at that point, don't
It might
even
as well
bring it
not
up.
even
Don't
might
bring
as
it
well
up.
not even come out.
Elder Scrolls is the one that makes the most sense to me, especially if they are considering that that game was announced in 2018. I want to say something like that. Maybe it was 2019. Um, Maybe they're counting that into the development time, even though they're much more focused on Starfield than they are Elder Scrolls. I don't know, because I think the biggest reason why Elder Scrolls isn't coming out within the next couple of years is because of Starfield. If they weren't working on Starfield, I think they would be 100% focused on Elder Scrolls, and that would be the game that was coming out
John,
in the future.
do you think 10 years is too long of a dev cycle?
Oh
Like
my god, yes.
do you think it ever pays out for having like that's a long time. Like
Right.
if you
It's a
think
really
about
long game.
somebody's adult career, that could potentially be a fourth of their like career, right? Is just
That
them working on one game.
right now, if let's say they're working on this game right now and it's in the middle of production, let's say 10 years from now it was set to come out, it would be coming out on a console that no one has any idea about. Like this
Exactly.
this game would be taking longer to make than the next Xbox console will. That's crazy. That's
And like that's the wild thing to me is like how can you be planning for that, right? Like you have to be
Mhm.
planning for technology that doesn't exist yet, more or less. You have to be planning for like I get that like if you're building a game in Unreal Engine, you can kind of assume that they're going to have some way of bringing it forward with the technology and stuff, right? But like dude, I there's just so much behind this like Halo Infinite for instance. That game took how long to come out? Like 6 years, 7 years?
Something like that, and that felt really long.
And they made a whole fucking game engine for it.
Yeah.
Like 10 years isn't like 10 years is like could it be an MMO? Like just a fucking massive MMO?
Could it be Perfect Dark?
I don't know.
It could be Perfect Dark.
But like what does that mean? Like Perfect
It
Dark
means
games aren't huge games.
they're established games though, and
No, no, no.
there's a lot of
I
people excited
they're
for it.
established, but like they're not 10-year long to make games. You know what I mean?
This reboot could be. It very much could be. Like they could just not be anywhere close to being done on it. They have given no indication if this game is anywhere close to being done. We've heard absolutely nothing from the initiative in 2 years, 3 years. Like,
John, I have a list up. A list of
okay,
games that took more than a decade or more to release.
all right, Duke Nukem Forever.
No, number 11, Diablo 3, 11 years.
Okay, that one turned out good.
Yep. Number 10, Metroid Dread, 15 years.
I guess you could count that.
And here's the thing, when they're talking about development cycle, it could just be like right now we're just talking about making the game. We don't have a
Yeah,
team assigned to it. None, you know what I mean? So like
yeah.
10 years might be realistic if they're not planning to start making the game for 3 years,
Real
full
quick, Brandon
development.
in the chat says stated to K3. Fuck you. If that takes a decade, I will be so sad.
No, no, what's that other zombie game that we always shit on that like we're like this game isn't real because they keep saying it's coming out and it's not? Brandon knows the name of it. We were talking about it. Like The Long Dark or something like that?
Oh no, no. Is it that game that everyone was like questioning if it was real or not?
Yeah,
The day
yeah, yeah, yeah.
before.
The day before, there you go. What is The Long Dark's just another game
That's a
that has
survival game. I want to
yeah,
say
it's been out since 2014. Number 9, John. Unreal World, 20 plus years. I don't even know what the fuck this is.
Unreal World.
It's
I
it's a
know Unreal
survival
Tournament.
game. It was a survival game that was nearly 3 decades in the making when it when its ultimate 2016 launch on Steam. Oh, with its ultimate 2016 launch on Steam, even now the game continues to receive constant updates. It's a roguelike RPG that takes inspiration from Finnish mythology and represents much of Finnish culture. I've never heard or seen this game
I
before.
have never heard of this either. It's $11
Number
on
8.
Steam.
Number 8, John. Star Fox 2 took 20 years.
That one doesn't count. That one
Number
does not
7,
count.
Psychonauts 2, 16 years.
That again doesn't count.
Number 6, John. Duke Nukem Forever, 15 years.
Yeah,
Number
that one was
5,
bad.
Mother 3 took 12 years.
Yeah.
Number 4 is Prey, 11 years. Number 3, Final Fantasy 15 took 10 years. Those Final Fantasy games, though, those dev cycles are so long. Number two, Star Citizen. It's still ongoing since 2010.
That
And
one is its own thing.
number one is Dwarf Fortress, still ongoing since 2003.
I thought that like recently came out, didn't it? That might I don't know. Hold on. Dwarf
I
Fortress.
don't know. It's a game that combines roguelike and management sim gameplay. The maps are procedurally generated, and your goal is to help a group of dwarves build a fortress and survive by keeping them fed and uninjured, both physically and mentally. Unlike most other games, this one is still in development on purpose. Okay, so that's like a fucking cop out.
Yeah.
It's been developed by a team of two brothers since 2003 and is a passion project of sorts. It's technically out already, but you could play it right now if you wanted to. But it's constantly being worked on, and its team is planning to continue developing it for years to come. All right, fuck that. But
That's like
this is
saying
such a
Destiny
cop
2
out.
is still in development because they're still
Yeah,
putting out content for it.
yeah. Who wrote this article?
Yeah.
I need to send an email.
Right. Yeah, no, for me, this has to be Elder Scrolls or Perfect Dark that Xbox is working on. Um, Either one of those makes sense in my opinion. I just don't see like what could you possibly be planning for that would take a decade long. Elder Scrolls will have a gigantic world, so that's where we're all like, okay, that makes sense why that one would take so long. Perfect Dark, I mean, we've been hearing rumors about that since what 2016, 2017, and okay, maybe not that long. Has it been that long? I don't know. It just feels like forever for these games, and this is the problem with Xbox development right now. Is we have all these games that just feel like they're taking so long to make, and I don't hear this kind of same stuff for PlayStation or Nintendo. Obviously, it's different cases all around, but man, I the last couple weeks there has been like no Xbox news, and all I am
It's been
seeing
bad
on
news.
Twitter,
All
yeah,
Xbox news has been bad.
it's just constantly just yeah, this is pushed out. Yeah, this isn't great. Yeah, no, this here's another caveat for this game that you were excited for. Man, I'm just so tired of this, man.
and and that's how it has been, John, like since like 2016, like
Yeah,
since I started this fucking podcast with Josh all those years ago, right? That's literally how it's been. It's just been like, hey guys, we got all this cool stuff to show you, and then like
this
as
is
the
the
year,
biggest this is the
yeah,
biggest winner
a-
we've ever had for
as
Xbox.
so you have E3, right, where they would present every year in June. And then as the year goes on and on, like if they announce 10 things at that E3, by the end of the year, you're getting maybe four of those things because everything else is either delayed or like you got like Scalebound that just straight up got canceled. And that game looked kind of cool. I thought that looked
Mhm.
interesting. And it's just like, or it's like in those four things, one to two of them is going to have like an asterisk on it where it's like
Mhm.
actually it's coming, or like for instance, Halo Infinite, you're gonna get the multiplayer, and then a month later, you're gonna get the campaign, or it's gonna be
That's
like you're gonna get this in or Redfall. You're getting the game, but you're gonna be locked at 30 FPS until we
mhm.
patch in an update.
Yeah, I at some point we have to have a conversation about like what the hell is wrong in Xbox's leadership. I don't I wouldn't think it's Phil Spencer. I love Phil Spencer, but since he's taken over, it's been all these questions of where are the games? Oh, they're coming. They're coming. We promise. They're coming. We've been waiting since he took over Xbox for a lot of these like really exciting things. We finally got Halo Infinite. Psychonauts 2 finally came out in 2020. Like, yeah, there's the stuff that is really good stuff when it finally comes out. We loved Halo Infinite. That was also built up to be a live service game that lived for a long time, and I can't even tell you the last time I played it,
Yeah,
man.
and that's the thing. Like, it technically is a live service game. It's just that the content they're putting out for it is so few and far between to where like I'll play a new season like the first week it's out and then I'm done. Like I don't finish the battle pass. I'm not sticking around to see the weekly update or anything just because there's not enough content there.
Yeah.
Personally, I think what Xbox is focusing on right now, and they're killing it, is like Game Pass, right? Like
Yeah.
on that front, like nobody else can compete as of right now. Like you have
No,
Ubisoft trying to do their own thing with their kind of subscription service.
that's
PlayStation just
overpriced.
yeah, PlayStation just recently has they also have an overpriced like service. Um, in like the one thing that Xbox is able to hold their hat on right now is like, oh, you can get if you get Game Pass Ultimate, you get Game Pass for PC and Xbox, which is amazing. I love that because, like I was just saying to you earlier, I started playing Back for Blood the other day, yesterday, because I had it installed on my computer. I would have never even owned that game on PC had I not had Game Pass. The
Yeah.
other thing that they're hanging their hat on is that like when our games come out, they go to Game Pass day and date. But as of right now, they don't have many games coming out going day and date.
They don't have those games to make that mean anything. Okay, great. We're gonna get Forza when it comes out. Yeah, we got the last four Forzas on Game Pass as well. Like that's not special.
The,
We've
the
had
the
Sea
the
of
other
Thieves.
the other thing is like they are acquiring Activision Blizzard, so this is gonna like greatly up their output in terms of games. But for the next 10 plus years, that's kind of a cop out
Maybe
because
we
I
don't
mean
know that. Maybe we thought the same thing with every single other acquisition that's been made so far. We have not seen Hellblade 2 yet. We have not seen the thing Compulsion Games is working on. Everwild, who the fuck knows what's going on with that? Just all of these games. It seems like there are at least 10 games in development hell under the
John,
Xbox umbrella right
think about this as well. If they had not acquired Bethesda, what other than Forza would we be getting this year? That's an Xbox game.
now. Nothing.
Exactly.
No Redfall, no
Isn't that fucking
Starfield.
crazy? That's
Yeah.
crazy. And that's kind of where I was going with them acquiring Activision Blizzard is like it's gonna beef up the Game Pass portfolio almost immediately. Like once this deal goes through, you're gonna see a bunch of games I think hit Game Pass, similar to what they did with the Bethesda acquisition. But I think that it's kind of a cop out to say like these are all Xbox first party games when like most of what those companies that they're acquiring are going to put out in the next 5 years or it's all stuff that they've already had in the works, right? It's not
Mhm.
stuff that I don't think Xbox can take credit for. So realistically, I feel like we're on like a 10-year plan right now. That's a 10-year development cycle of them actually putting out a bunch of games that like they can, say like, okay, these are like this is when we're finally getting games that Xbox has more or less had a say in what they are and what they look like.
Yeah. And I just ever since the new year, I've been getting bored playing my Xbox. I'm not gonna lie. I've been playing it only because my friends are on. I'll hop on Battlefield lately. I've been doing that. But when I'm playing single player games, I'm on my Switch or my PS5 lately. I'm not playing much on my Xbox, in all honesty. I'll hop on it for Overwatch, but I can do that on all the other platforms as well. Like it's just, I don't know. I'm running out of things. I'm running out of the will to say it's on the way. It's coming. State of Decay 3 is coming, and I'm super excited for it. There's no like roadmap at all right now.
Here's the thing though, as well, is like we're privileged enough to have both, right? Like or like all consoles.
Yeah.
And I think that for me personally, I'm always going to play my third party games on Xbox just because that's where all my friends play. That I like the controller better than PlayStation. It's just like a preference thing. So even if they stop making first party games, I probably would continue playing on my Xbox. But that's just like a personal choice that I, make. I
Hmm.
whereas like right now if you were going to buy a new console and are thinking like, all right, this is where I'm going to dedicate, like the next 5, 10 years of me gaming is in this ecosystem. The only thing that Xbox has going for it is Game Pass. And like, yeah, that's a great sell, but PlayStation just has better games right now, like plain and simple.
Yep. Uh, it's frustrating.
Moving on to more Xbox stuff, John. Bethesda didn't want Arcane to make Dishonored 3. They wanted to make a
Yeah.
small game to show they could develop a multiplayer game.
Yeah, so this comes from Arcane co-founder Raphael Colantonio. He had a an interview with Rock Paper Shotgun where he said, um, Bethesda wanted us to do something, but they didn't quite know where we were going after Dishonored. Do we want Dishonored 3? I don't know. Let's make something simple and short before, and let's see. And then Deathloop became a big thing over the years. That was the funny thing. Nah, we don't want to do Dishonored 3, but if you can pitch us a small game, something that maybe has multiplayer so we can learn multiplayer, something that maybe has microtransactions, maybe something with a lot of recycling like a roguelike, maybe we can go from there. So yeah, pretty much. Well, first, Deathloop was a much smaller game than it turned out to be, and there were microtransactions and everything in it. Uh, they weren't expecting much from it, and then it blew up, became a very popular game in 2020, 21. I can't remember what year it came out.
I think
But
2021.
yeah, so Dishonored died for Deathloop, and I'm very sad about that because I love
I mean,
Dishonored.
you see, but there are also people who didn't like Dishonored but love Deathloop, which is weird to me because everything I've seen says like they're very similar in like the architecture of the game.
They are very. There are some differences, but the whole setup around go into this area however you want. You can sneak in, you can go guns blazing, you've got your superpowers. That's all very Dishonored. Um, the tone around Deathloop is definitely much lighter. Like Dishonored is a dark game. It's very dark. But I don't know. I really appreciated the I guess you could call it a morale system. It's not really a morale system. Whether you take out your assassination targets lethally or non-lethally, it'll like change how the world around you acts. So like in the first one there's a rat plague going on. If you go around killing everyone, the rats will just pretty much flood the streets. They'll be everywhere. Everything will be much more like broken down. But if you go in like stealthily and you find these ways to creatively take people out, then you get the better ending and stuff. So I don't know. I hope Death or Dishonored comes back. I liked Deathloop. Um, it wasn't my favorite game that year, but it is a good game. I played it again when it came to Xbox finally, which is not something I'm doing with Ghostwire Tokyo. So got that.
Yep. Cool. John, take us through the quick news of the week.
All
Also,
right.
we should talk about that Nintendo Indie Showcase. Let me pull it up
Yeah.
for you.
Pull that up and we'll go through this first. First up, Diablo 4 will have one more stress test before launch. That will be coming in May. Street Fighter 6 demo is out now on PS4 and PS5. I don't care because I just don't play Street Fighter. Sony acquires Firewalk Studios. This is a team that's made up of it's a guy from Bungie, I know, and they're working on a multiplayer game. This is their first game, but it hasn't released yet. But they've been working with Sony anyway. I think this game was supposed to be a Sony exclusive, regardless.
Yeah,
So yeah, now Sony just owns them, and they've got a exclusive multiplayer game on the way. Oxenfree 2 is coming to Nintendo Switch, PC, PlayStation, and Netflix, not Xbox. That's a
that's
very
weird.
weird. It's a weird exclusion, but I did see one good. I did see one area where I was like, okay, I can see why that is. Apparently, Netflix might look at Xbox as a direct competitor with its Game Pass subscription service. Since Netflix is now getting into gaming, you can play Oxenfree 2 with your Netflix subscription on your phone for free just by going to the Netflix app. So apparently they're like looking at that as like a direct competition thing. I don't It's a weak one, but I can see why they would look at it like that. Kind
Yeah,
of pointless though to me to still put it on PlayStation though because they've got their own thing as well. Oh well. Oxenfree 2 is coming out finally and I am so excited because I love that first game. Niantic is making a Monster Hunter game, and just like all of their other games, it's going to be like Pokemon Go. So nothing really exciting there. The Knuckles spin-off show is in production. I don't think they've announced what the show will be about, but we know Idris Elba is back as Knuckles, and I can't wait.
Did you see those Sonic Lego sets came out?
Yeah, yeah, those look good. Those look a lot better than the Mario ones. I'm just gonna say it.
The Mario ones are
Um,
creepy looking, most of them.
yeah, they are.
Although
Um,
I will say, if they made like a giant like Peach's castle, I would consider buying that for like a
oh
few
yeah,
$100.
100%. The Bowser one is really cool too. It's a really big Bowser. Uh, Back on the Knuckles show, they showed that he has his like cowboy hat from the OVA back in the day, and that made me very happy because I love that movie. Dead Island 2 is sitting at a 74 on Metacritic. Essentially, what a lot of reviewers are saying is it's good. It's a Dead Island sequel. And you know what? After how long that was in, we've been waiting for that, it not being absolute dog shit, this is a win. It's
I don't know, man. I don't know if a
a win.
74 after all that time is a
It's a
win.
win. It's a win. It could have been Duke Nukem forever. Um, Sony is raising the price of their games on Steam and other markets, so wait for that to hit America at some point. And finally, Sega is in the process of buying Rovio, the Angry Birds developers. So you're going to see a lot more Sonic mobile games in the future.
Cool. I just want to go through the stuff that was announced at the Nintendo Indie World Showcase. Um, was that? I don't know if that was yesterday or the day before. I don't remember, but yeah. Miniko's Night Market gets a release date after 8 years of development. So apparently they announced it back in 2015. I don't even know what this is, but it's coming out September 26th. Um, My Time at Sandrock Lands is coming summer of 2023. Also don't know what this is. A lot of these games I don't
My
know what
time
they
at
are.
Porsche.
Oh,
My
this is
time
the
at Porsche
sequel.
sequel. Yeah.
Gotcha. Played Up is coming out in October of 2023, which is it looks like a Overwatch type of, or not Overwatch, Overcooked type of game. Um, Quilts and Cats of Calico was announced, coming out fall of 2023. Rift of the Necrodancer was shown.
Yeah.
There's so many of those games, like so many spin-offs.
Is there? I feel like
Yeah.
that's. I feel like that's like just the second one after the Zelda one.
No, I think there's a few more, aren't they?
Let me see. Necrodancer. Uh. do- No, not Crypt. I want Rift.
There's
Whatever. Go on.
Crypt,
Who cares?
there's Rift, there's the fucking Hyrule Necrodancer. I don't know. Animal Well is confirmed for early 2024. This is do you know Donkey?
Yeah. Oh, this is his game.
Yeah, this is his game studio
Hmm.
or develop or not. I don't know if it's his game development company or if like his company's publishing it. I don't know, but yeah, it was shown coming out in 2024. Crime O'Clock has a release date of June 20th, 2023. Shadows Over Loathing is heading to Switch later this year. Tesla Grad 2 and Tesla Grad Remastered are out today on Switch. I think you can buy a bundle with both games if you're into that kind of thing. Blasphemous 2 gets the first trailer and release window of summer. Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals gets a release date after previously being delayed. It is now coming out July 12th on everything you could play games on except for an Xbox console.
Yeah.
Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach uh,
We know
is
it's
coming
coming
out.
at some point.
Oh, it's out later today, so it's out already.
Mm. My sister will be
Um,
happy.
yeah, and that's it. That was everything.
Cool. Not a bad run of indie games.
I feel like a lot of it though is all stuff with, like nothing was like new.
No.
I feel like at least nothing major was new. It was all just stuff like you knew was being worked on. You just didn't know when it was coming out. I guess.
Hmm.
All right, John. Do you have any collectibles to show off?
I don't, cause
I do. Hold on.
how's it going? I can show off my bag of goldfish here. I got baked with 12 grams of whole grain per serving cheddar.
All
It's
right.
pretty
I
good.
got I got a few things here. What do you want first? What's in my left hand or what's in my right hand?
Give me the right hand.
Okay. I picked up these amiibo.
Oh,
Let me see if I
nice.
can get it to focus.
They were on sale, right?
Yeah, this was $5 at
Hmm,
GameStop over the weekend. So I was
that's
like,
not
I
bad.
can't pass that up. I
Hmm.
was like laying in bed at like 2 a.m. And Wario64 tweeted it out. And I was like, I should order this right now because if I don't, it's going to sell out before I wake up. And it sold out before I woke up. Um, the other thing I picked up was this amiibo.
Hey, I
This
love
was
that
also
one.
$5. It was also five
Yep,
bucks at GameStop.
yep,
So I picked it
yep.
up.
Originally, it was 27.
The other thing I picked up, which I have not even opened yet, is Octopath Traveler 2.
Wow. Okay. What
Yeah, it
did it
was
take you for an Octopath Traveler?
I played a bit of the first one. And there's some stuff I didn't like about it, but everything I read online is that the second one like greatly improves on what the first game tried to do.
Yeah,
Um
I've only heard that it's a
so yeah,
really
I
great game.
I picked this up and I also ordered Mario Golf because it was buy one get one free. So I got
Oh,
Octopath Traveler 2 and Mario Golf.
all right. I'll play
That
that
should
with
be
you.
here Saturday. That those are my wares, John. That's everything I got.
Nice. Yeah, I don't have anything.
Cool. What have you been playing? How's Minecraft Legends?
All right, so yeah, I've been reviewing Minecraft Legends for my new site, Gaming Sandwich. That review will go live tomorrow morning, and it's pretty good. I think so. Strategy games and me don't necessarily get along great. Um, I don't have the mental fortitude to like think ahead and like plan out an attack. I'm very like single-minded in my approach to everything, so I end up like getting blindsided by everything. That being said, this game is it's fine. It's fun. Um, you play as like your Minecraft character. They ride around on a mount, and you like direct mobs where to attack. You can do some building, you can do some resource gathering, but it's not anything like Minecraft in that regards. Yeah, I think it. I gave it a 6 out of 10 in my review. So that's I it's a great game to try if you have Game Pass. The PvP was fun when I played it, but I got absolutely demolished every time because I had no idea what I was doing. The campaign is fun to go through. I I like the world and I like the cutscenes. I just it's a strategy game, man. It's not gonna pull you away from your favorite strategy game like Civilization or whatever. But it's also too complicated for kids. Like my daughter looked at it; she's 10, huge Minecraft fan. She loves it. She had no desire to play it because it's so much different than what she knows. So I
Yeah,
don't think.
from what I've seen in videos online, it looks like it's like baby's first strategy game in a way. Whereas like when we were kids, like the strategy games that we got was like Age of Empires 2, right? Where like
Mhm.
if you wanted to play it, like you really got fucking thrown into it.
Yeah,
In this being Minecraft and is something that like kids can relate to because they've been playing it for years. I think that that might make it easier for them if they. But yeah, like strategy games, like they're not for everybody.
no, they're not. I did have a good time with it. It's just
I'm gonna play
not
tonight.
something
Think I'm gonna
cool.
play tonight. I want to try it out.
Nice. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's just even with it being streamlined and made for kids and all that, I there was still so many times I was like, "What does this do? Well, what am I doing here? Fiddling around with the controls." I do love though that we are in a point in time where strategy games are you can control them well with a controller. Like ever since Halo Wars, I think was the first one
Yeah,
to get it right on console. We've been getting that more and more often,
I love
and
Halo. I love Halo Wars. Those
I
games are
did
so
really like
good.
I did really I think Halo Wars 2 in particular was one that I really enjoyed. It's been so long since I played it. Um, but yeah, I'm glad that we're at that point. Um, I do wonder where they're going next because they did Minecraft Dungeons, and this is like on par with Minecraft Dungeons. You're gonna play it, and you're like, Yeah, no, that was a good game.
I tried
Nothing
playing
really
that last
exciting.
night too.
Oh yeah.
Because I had so I never beat Minecraft Dungeons. I enjoyed what I played of it. Like I like
Hmm.
those dungeon crawler type of games. I'm super excited for Diablo 4. And I had Minecraft Dungeons installed, so I launched it. And for some reason, my character's not there. It was telling me to start over, and I was like, okay. And then there's an option at the bottom to import character, which I thought this was weird because all Xbox stuff works seamlessly from PC to Xbox. Like when I launched Back for Blood, everything I had done on my Xbox was already there in game. It had cross save and
Yeah.
everything. And so
Did
when I
that
clicked import, it was telling me I had to go to my Xbox and upload my character.
that might have been before Xbox like really had the whole trend
No, it's
between console and PC.
no that's been working for years. It's been working for MCC since Game Pass Ultimate first came out. Master Chief Collection.
I got nothing. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a really weird thing. I don't know why it is. But yeah, like Minecraft Dungeons, I do want to beat, but I'm gonna try out. Is it Legends? Is that what it's called? Yeah, I want to try that
Yeah,
out tonight.
cool.
I have been playing. Um, God, what's that game called? I can't remember the name of it. Oh yeah, I know now. I've been playing Breath of the Wild, John.
Yeah.
So we
Love it.
streamed it that one day. I was super low stamina.
Hmm.
The other day I played for like 5 hours and I got like three more stamina things. So I've just been grinding out a bunch of Sheikah shrines, and I think I found out why I didn't like it before. And I think a lot of it comes back to like I like exploring in a game to an extent. Like, ooh, sorry, my phone's ringing. Um, Yeah, like there's only so much I can run around a world and not find anything before I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing? You know what I mean? And I got to a point where I was looking for these shrines and I could not find them. The fucking things buzzing, beeping at me that I'm like going right towards it, and I keep going and then it just stops. And I turn around and it's like, "Oh, you're right on it." It's like, "No, I can't fucking see this thing." So I enjoyed this game the other day a lot because I had an IGN interactive map up showing me where all the shrines were,
Hmm.
and like I was enjoying that. Like I enjoy the combat now. Um, now that I remember how to play, unlike when we were streaming the other day, I could not figure out the controls. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's the kind of game where they like heavily want you to just explore without knowing anything, or there's not even like you can't even unlock something that shows you where all these shrines are, right? So it's like for me that's the part of the game I dislike is when I could wander for an hour and a half, find nothing, and kill two enemies. You know what I mean? Like that's what I don't like about it. But like the combat and stuff is fun. I'm enjoying doing the shrines. They're just fun little puzzles. I do still hope that there are just like full fledged dungeons in this new game. I think that that'll be a ton of fun to play
Yeah,
with the combat and everything. But yeah, I'm working my way. I want to keep doing shrines. I want to get a bunch of stamina and shit before I try and beat the boss.
do it.
We're a few weeks away, John.
Oh man, I can't wait. So excited. All right.
What
Uh,
else you been
I
playing?
I've been playing Disney Speedstorm. This game I reviewed for Push Square, which is a PlayStation site. So yeah, I've been playing this on PS5, and I gave it a 7 out of 10. Um, right, it does the same thing that Disney Dreamlight Valley does, where it's a free to play game, but because it's in early access right now, the only way to play it is if you buy the standard or founders pack. So even though it's going to be a free to play game whenever it comes out, they said either late this year or early next year. Uh, you have to put like $20 or $30 down to play it, which
Are they gonna do the thing where they announce on a random Tuesday like, "Hey, we're shutting down servers Friday until 2025."
that's multiverses. Hopefully not. Um, but yeah, this game's fun. It's not as good as Mario Kart. It's not as good as like Sonic and Sega All Star Racing Transformed, which is a great game if you have that on your 360. Um, but it's fun enough. you've got all these Disney characters, and
Put that on the
it,
fucking cover art. It's fun enough.
it's fun enough.
Dash John Hanson.
Yeah, it's every character has like four different items that they can get. It's not everyone can get the same things, so your characters can be like really focused on. For example, Donald is a brawler, so all of his items are for like disrupting enemies and making them spin out and stuff. While I think Mickey Mouse is more about like speed. So that's an interesting angle at it.
You got
Um,
Elsa in there? Elsa in that
no,
game?
no, that's actually one thing I love about this game. It you can tell that the developers looked at this game where they're like, this game isn't for kids. This is for like young adults to like people our age, because you've got the Jungle Book, Beauty and the Beast, Monsters Inc., Pirates of the Caribbean, Mickey and Friends, like I said. Like this is like all stuff that we like grew up with. And there's like so much room for them to add more. You could add like Aladdin. Hercules is already in there, but there's no Moana, no Frozen, no Encanto. Like that's the kind of stuff that you would expect to be in this game right now,
Yeah,
but
they're
it's
saving that. They're saving that for DLC.
probably well, it's a free to play game, so I'm sure that it will be like, hey, this character and these tracks are out now. It'll be something like that. Um, but yeah, I think it's a really fun game. There is moments though that I'm like, if this wasn't a free to play game, this game would be so much better. So to unlock every character, you have to unlock shards, and it's just like a mobile game
Boo. Boo.
where you collect the shards to unlock them, and then you also collect shards to upgrade them and give them better stats while racing. So sometimes there's moments where you can only access certain characters from loot boxes, Joel. It's a pay to win game. Yeah, that sucks. Like
From
Beast,
Disney? Come on, Disney?
yeah. Uh
Talk about predatory on children over here.
right. Yeah, so you can't get Beast right now because there's no event going around it. The event's like focused on Monsters Inc. You can only get those characters. So if you want Beast, yeah, you have to shell out for their loot boxes, which is dumb. You can get all the stuff to get the loot boxes in game, but you know how that deal is. Of course, there's also a battle pass and everything, but yeah, no, it's a good game. But those like moments, I'm like, I'm playing a ranked match yesterday. My
They
Goofy is
got
level,
ranked matches?
yeah, my Goofy was level 7, and I got third place. The guy who was ahead of me was level 10. Everyone behind me was level 7. The guy who was in first place was level 20, and he just demolished us. Like we were like 35 seconds behind him.
So
Like
it's
it was
really pay to win.
yeah. There are multiplayer modes where everyone has the same level right off the bat. Like I think it automatically puts everyone at level 30. That's good. But for ranked multiplayer, like who is gonna go in and be like, yeah, no, I can just randomly be put up against someone with a level way ahead of me. Yeah, I want to dedicate all my time to this game. No.
It sounds like they need to balance matchmaking a little bit.
Yeah.
Could also be
Also,
that it's a brand new game as well,
yeah.
so there's just not a large enough pool of people to matchmake with.
I don't know. People have been pretty excited, but the whole fact that you have to pay to play it right now, that could dwindle the numbers quite a bit. Um, yeah, no, I think it's fun. I would say wait until it goes free to play because it will at some point. But when it comes out, I think it's a game a lot of people can enjoy. I also do like it's not only online racing. There are like offline, well, not offline. You have to be connected to the internet to play it, but there are single player tracks if you want to play. So that's good.
Cool. I got nothing else to talk about, John. I haven't really played anything else. I've played Breath of the Wild. It looks great on the OLED. You're gonna fucking love playing games on that OLED, John, when you get it.
Mine should be coming in a week, I think.
Oh yeah, I forgot it comes out early, right?
Yeah,
Before the
it
game.
should. It's like the end of April that it comes out. I can't wait.
That's awesome. Yeah, you're gonna love it. One thing you're gonna hate though is that your Fixture S1 no longer compatible.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my Switch I have now, so I'll just put this upstairs and we'll I'll figure out something there.
Cool. Well, with that, we are going to end episode 227 of the Pixel Street podcast. As always, thank you so much for watching or listening to the show. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Pixel Street. Check out our pinned tweet there for all of our social media links, including our Discord invite where you can chat with us about what you've been playing, what you're excited to play, what you hate about what Xbox is doing lately, because we also hate what they've been doing lately.
Yeah.
So we'd love to chat. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Pixel Street Videos. That's where we post all of our content, podcasts, let's plays, unboxings, you name it. Um, hold on. So I'm reading off a list here. All right, that's everything. John, where can people find you other than gamesandwich.com?
Yeah, on Twitter I am at Revik Shadows, and you can find my main writing on Game Sandwich. But I'm writing for other places still as well. I gotta make money. I gotta live, you know.
Of course. You can find me on Twitter at Campos63 or twitch.tv/Campos63. That does it for this week's show. We will be right back here next week with episode 228 of the Pixel Street Podcast.
Bye.